Matt Groening, he's best known for Life in Hell, his comic book that he's been doing for years. Disenchantment, which is on Netflix, which is a fantasy, adult animated fantasy series on Netflix. He's also best known for The Simpsons, which of course has been running since 1989 and is currently in its 31st season, potentially going well into season 32. Who knows, might even reach the 40th season landmark, which is not surprising. And currently, of course, under Disney, with the whole special that they've done with various Disney characters with The Simpsons, which is just a weird fucking ass combination. And Futurama, of course. In fact, whilst Matt Groening was working on The Simpsons, he pitched an idea to Fox for a sci-fi equivalent to The Simpsons, or just a adult animated series that just lampooned and with just this massive love letter to sci-fi and stuff. Hence Futurama. It was pitched in the mid-90s. It came out right at the end of the 90s, so 1999 came out, and a really fucking great series that it is. Fucking amazing series. It's dodged cancellation twice. It came back twice. It's been on 2 networks, and it's just been. It's in my opinion Matt Groening's best series he's ever done. Like way better than The Simpsons in my opinion. Futurama. The only other thing that is even better than Futurama in a way is probably South Park, which just for the longest consistency of really any show really. I mean season 4 to 14 is like gold. But yeah, I'm just gonna rattle through the episodes, rattle through this series. 13 episodes of the first season. My favourite episode is the pilot, Space Pilot 3000, where we get introduced to everyone, the world. It's just amazing. Fry cryogenically freezes himself on December 31st, 1999, and wakes up. Well, technically, he freezes himself on January 1st, 2000, and then he wakes up on January 1st, 3000. But technically, December 31st, 2999. And it's just, the pilot episode. It's just an amazing pilot. Introduces everyone. It's fantastic. It's got some great humour, some great gags at the future with the whole tubes for transportation, suicide booths, robots, flying cars, just beautiful imagery on display, you know, for a very late 90s, early 2000s cartoon. Just beautiful. The series has landed, in which they go to the moon. I Roommate, which is a parody on I, Robot, which develops Fry and Bender's relationship. Love Labour's Lost in Space. I think that's the one we get introduced to Zach Brannigan, who's a fan favourite. Fear of a Bot Planet, in which they go to a robot-infested planet. A Big Piece of Garbage, which is centred on just rubbish, and how like bad it's affecting the planet. Hell is Other Robots, which is the introduction of the robot devil, in which Bender, after a life of boozing and meeting God and all that, ends up going into robot hell. Probably the best song in the series as well. In this episode, when aliens attack, we get introduced to Lure of Omicron Percy, the alien planet, basically. We get introduced to him, and Fry and the Slurm Factory, which is a parody on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And we get introduced to Slurm, which is basically the Futurama equivalent of Coca-Cola. Beautiful episode, really good. A Fistful of Dollars, My Three Sons, the water-centered episode, My Three Sons, A Fistful of Dollars, think that was the one where Fry becomes mega rich and he ends up spending everything on 20th century artifacts. A Flight to Remember is the Titanic parody episode, and Mars University is just a parody on college. So yeah, decent season. Um, it's a really well, I say decent. It's a really fucking good debut season. You know, gets everything off and running. Futurama's Fox run is very inconsistent with the episode numbers, so yeah, but and especially with Fox just fucking around with Futurama, you know, postponing it due to sport games, putting it on later instead of just after The Simpsons, which would have been better, or even just in between The Simpsons and Family Guy, which would have aired at the same time, 1999. Really good fucking season though for Futurama, and it only just gets better with season 2.